I have one comment. I think all of your speech was really fantastic, and we will need a long break after it because it's emotionally so.
Yeah.
I'm speaking to Marion, Joe, Joseph. So it touched our emotional personality. So, but I would like to say something, only one. I think everyone has a small something in our pocket, speaking through all of our life. And this is very important to find it, which says not to go to a library. Because if you don't listen to it, and you not make a connection with it, then you don't understand what it says, only the fear you feel. So when I was working with youngs who were not successful, and I tried to help them out of this feeling, I always wanted them to find their small something in their pocket. And there is a short story in Hungarian, I don't know if you know it, Hungarian, Karintinak van a Stanci néni és a Márki című. I won't tell the story because it's long, but I have read it in my childhood, and at that moment I realized what my small Magdi is speaking all the day, and I got familiar with it, and that helped to go further and further. You understand? Okay. Yes. So then I give you a long break to
2 minutes.
Maybe 3. Okay. Then we meet at 11. Okay. And thank you, Marion.
My pleasure.
Everybody have it?
Everybody has it?
Okay, akkor több volt.
Okay. Please don't forget to put it here. Okay? Not now.
Not now.
I put it. Okay. Everybody gets a list about the time when the minibus will come for you.
Everybody have the same list. You have to search your name.
Everybody on.
The time is when the bus or car will be here and pick up you. Okay? And there is somebody has to wait at half an hour in the airport, maybe. Excuse us, but we put in groups. Okay, nearly the...
It's normal.
Okay, everybody will pick up. If not, I will write my phone number and I arrive with my taxi.
Okay. Hányig írják ma magukat?
2.
Csak? 2?
Írhatják 11-ig, mert az utcsó este lesz, igen. 11 óra.
Vagy? Mit szeretnétek?
Joseph, very good organizer. 5.
Marian,
5. All group 5.
This is today's paper. You were here from 9 till 11 in the evening. Because you will have a program till at 11. Okay?
I go to Lisbon, and after I go to Madrid.
Ez oda kéne, hogy jön ide és írja be.
Gyöngyvér, nem volt, nincs hiány.
De hogy nincs. Megszólítjuk, és itt a gyöngyvérnek.
Joseph,
It's better to us.
Some participants didn't fill in the day. Oh, okay, please. Another one? Paloma, please. Yeah.
Paloma, che non segnaste.
Yesterday or before yesterday.
That's early, 4 o'clock. You don't have to go to bed.
mit kell ebbe belerakni? A repülőjegyeket?
Nem, majd otthon belerakja, igen.
Otthon,
Igen,
a
ja, úgy
repülőjegyeket.
azt hittem, ne haragudj, igen.
All of you gets an envelope.
You don't have to go to sleep, you can stay up all night.
Sorry, Hans, I'm speaking.
Are you?
Yeah?
That's okay.
Every of you gets an envelope with the name and address, the foundation, their foundation. They need your ticket in and to send it back after.
Board pass, not tickets. It's the ticket, we have a copy of the
No
ticket.
ticket, boarding pass.
Only the ones who are flying, because
After.
I came with the bus.
Busszal jött, az
Az nem, csak a repülő.
Boarding. You fly.
Not necessarily bus tickets, because we have the copy of the ticket.
Okay.
Now we are
Okay. And for a little while, 11 in the evening, so 23. It will be the end of your evening program. Wow, yeah. And now, please open your exercise book and look for the first day writing in it. What are you waiting for the course? Yoshi. What were you waiting for the course, for the 1 week? Did you get what you wanted to?
Yep.
Was it okay for you, for yourself? And please read over what you wanted to give to the group, what you wanted to show from yourself. Nem írtál semmit. I would like to give a very short comment from every of you. Okay? A short one, only briefly, or what can be said. Not said, but said. Okay? Is it okay? Go circle. Okay. Can you stand? Do you want to be in the end? Okay. Please listen to each other.
Why do I have to start? Okay, so I really enjoyed the seminar a lot. I think it was the first time in which the Romanians weren't seen like the bad people of the Europe. Yes, in every country, usually when we say we are from Romania, they say, oh, Romania, oh, gypsies and bad people and different culture and only bad things. And this time I think it was the first time in which nobody judged us. And that's a really important thing for us.
Okay. Thank you. You?
I brought like in aims, yeah, like to learn new maybe teaching methods and to get ideas about professional people who were working with adults and alternatives maybe for the teaching process. And I think, yeah, I have got mainly the basic idea of all of your organizations or the place where you work, and it's also it's always really I'm really grateful to all of you for showing here all what you do. Yeah, maybe I expected to be a bit more precise sometimes, and it was a bit more general, but I have enjoyed it as well. Thank you so much, and I hope you could take the idea that I brought here. Okay, thank you.
I really enjoyed this week together with you guys. I've had the opportunity of meeting very interesting people.
Thank you.
And we shared very interesting discussions during the meal. Yeah. I really hope to meet you back again in a similar workshop in the future. I wrote that I would like to learn about other European countries' work in adult training. And I hope to share with you our thoughts in Norway. Hopefully, I've been able to do that. Thank you.
Here.
In this workshop, I meet a lot of interesting people and interchange the knowledge. It's good. Thank you.
Okay.
In these days, in this workshop, I could know other person and countries and other methods and programs and they apply in this country. And now a little about water and
I think that it has been a good experience. Now I know the situation of the education in our country. I had the opportunity to share with us a little part of my work also.
Okay.
Thank you.
I would like to hear about email and teaching and what experience have in the education adult country have together problems in teaching and I give your my
Experience.
experience in project with mathematical skills. Yes, we can.
Okay.
I am really glad that I could participate in this workshop. I'm really happy that I met you all. That's a really good experience. I got what I wanted.
Okay.
Because I heard about methods and other countries, and thank you very much.
I hope we were able to show you that people with disabilities, we can teach them. And the workshop was very helpful in
Okay.
When Marion invited me to apply to participate in this event, I was a bit worried about accompanying Marion and John because they are so knowledgeable and so experienced, and I wasn't sure that I would be able to contribute to this conference. But I did know that I would learn something from all of you and learn about your countries, your cultures, your challenges, the people that you work with, the people that you care about. And I've been very inspired, particularly by the young teachers in this room who have shown such compassion and passion and humour and style. And I've appreciated all of that. And I'm going to leave Budapest with much more than I came with, because it's been a very enriching experience for me, and I will take this back to my colleagues in the UK. And it's been great to spend some time with Marion and John, because I don't see them very much in England, not for over a year, and so that has been very lovely for me. And there's just one thing that I haven't achieved, Joschka, you must help me with this. I haven't tried this beer, this local Ivy. So one thing still to achieve, yeah? Thank you very much, everyone.
Coming back to Budapest is always a pleasure, and you always make new friends. Chrissy's just reminded me when I rang her and said there's a conference and I'd really like you to apply for a place. And the more I talked about it, the more enthusiastic I became. But nearing retirement, just thinking about my own career, I wasn't sure about it. But I've just been so inspired by you all. I just, hearing about your projects and listening to you and just being part of you, having meals together and sharing. I've just learned so much, and I'm very grateful for that experience. And hopefully, we will meet again. Thank you.
First of all, thank you all for speaking my language. It's almost embarrassing when there's so few native English speakers and you all speak English for us. It's brilliant. Thank you very much. Just the second thing, I think that I see obviously lifelong learning as actually meaning that, and really I've learnt a lot. You continue learning. You ask people about professional practice and experience and personal experience, and I've learned such a lot. And thank you all very much. I think it's been really a powerful experience for me. And I think, in a sense, I don't want to speak for it, but I think I do speak for the rest of the UK group here, that we learned so much in the small groups where we were interacting and talking, etc. And I think if at one slight kind of not criticism, but observation about the workshop, and I'd like a bit more of that, where we could have actually, interacted in the kind of small groups. And that's what we, I think, got a great deal out of it. But again, thanks for speaking my language. Very good.
Okay.
I'm really happy to have had this opportunity to be here this week. I've had a lot of inspiration. I'm extremely happy for the network I have with you people. I know that I will try my best to keep in contact in any way. We might not succeed, but I will try. I hope that I've given you a glimpse of a different kind of schooling system, which I represent, and you're all welcome to come and visit if you like.
Okay, thank you.
I again meet my full English. It's a very big opportunity to improve my communication skills and inspiring a project to use with my technical information to your side, and so this workshop is very beneficial for me. And thanks for your concern and support me to try speak English. Thanks for all. Yes, that's all. Thank you.
First of all, it was a great week for me, and it was so great to see all the people from different cultures. And it was a great experience for me to see all these people ideas. They are very inspired me. And I finished my speech with an idiom from Turkish. You have a door in Turkey whenever you like, it will be open. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. And also want to say thank you to you all. It has been very inspiring to meet you. And it seems to me that you are very nice, all of you. I think I reached the goal I came for. The first day I wrote, I want to learn more about adult education. And I want to be inspired. And both things more than I have it expected. On the other way, my contribution, which I hope the first day, that I could inspire others to see new ways. That's the first thing. I wanted to get participants to our own project in Denmark. And I can see now that the relations between me and Norway will be stronger after this session. So I'll reach the goals. So thank you very much, everybody. Hope to see you again.
Hello. First, I want to say thank you to the organization for these fantastic days. Joseph, Magda, Marion, and also Olivia. It was the first person where I talked in email, and she was fantastic. I sent an email 1 or 2 hours after she answered me, and it was very, she helped a lot. In the beginning or before camp, my aims are a lot. One is improve my English to other persons, the cooperation between the different programs, cultures, etc., etc. And also show a little bit what we do in my school, what I do in the adult education. Like I tell you before, I teach in adult education, but myself I am always student in adult education. I make a lot of workshops and teach and train classes, etc., etc. And also try to show my passion, like the colleague from Norway say a lot of times, my passion for the adult education and the intercultural education. I think in this kind of workshops they are in the same group, adult education and intercultural education. One of my big objectives after this week, even like we talk about, try to organize a course, a trained teacher course in my school for my colleagues. I have now some ideas, some informations. Last year I participated in the student visit in New Zealand about this education. Also now I have a lot of information to share with my colleagues. Try to find partners for a multilateral project. I think Joseph will talk about it. And try to organize in Madeira a workshop like this one and invite all of you. It will be a pleasure have all of you in my island, in my house, in my school. House is little, but we can put all of them. And I want to say to Joseph, sorry, for he talked about e-learning, about new technology. They are very important, but the contact eyes to eyes is a substitute, and this is not comparison. And during this week, I learned about a lot in this room, but also out of this room, in the canteen, in the bar, in the street, and I think that is also very important. Muito obrigado a todos e foi um grande prazer conhecer toda a gente.
Well, I was invited to this workshop by Joseph. I hope you will forgive him. However, my contribution, my lecture were slightly different from the field most of you is dealing with. My personal goal was to set up, to build new professional contacts on the field of adult learning methodology, and I have some. You gave me some addresses, and there is the end of the day is later, so I'm waiting for new ones too. So the workshop was successful for me, and I hope you the same. Thank you.
I would like to thank you for sharing with us all the experiences and personal work experience and personal experience. I know you didn't learn much from me because I don't have this experience with adult learning, only with children for the moment. But besides this, I met wonderful people, incredible people. I hope we will keep in contact, and of course, if you want to visit Romania, you just call us and we will go out with you with a great pleasure.
Thank you. So, I'm full with this 5 days, and I thank you for being here and share with me your experiences. We talked about everything. Maybe you remember from your childhood, I remember well, when I've been in a very comfortable, very good situation, for example, summer holiday or something else, I don't like to be end. So I have the same feeling. On Monday, I would like to come here and continue the work. I know it's impossible, but I will try to continue somehow. I have some plans. I will write you, we will see. I am very happy you are here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I would like to tell a story about a personal story about my English language. Because as I have heard you, I have heard you have difficulties you are proud of, so there was lots of saying about the language. When I was learning English in the secondary school, I went to a good secondary school, Fazekas, Hungarians know it, because it's a well-known secondary school, and nearly every of the class, every boys and girls from the class went to England in summer, but not me. Because my brother went abroad illegally, so I didn't get a passport. So for me, English language became to be a dream. I have never spoken with somebody who didn't speak Hungarian, so speaking English was a toy or a game or something like that. And after lots of years, I think it was in 92, not 92, 82, I went to Geneva because my father was working there, and he wrote an invitation, a very official invitation letter, and that's why I got my first so-called blue passport, which was good to the West countries. and I had to change from plane to train in Bern. And my father said that there is a very short time for changing the train, and I have to hurry up. And he told me that I will go to a center place, and I have to look for the information office and go there and ask where is the train station. And she will or he will tell me, and I won't have any problems. And during my first plane tour, which was, I was afraid very much, and during these 2 hours, I was thinking about what happens if English language doesn't exist at all. How did I know? How can I know? And I was so in bad motion. I was afraid very, very, very much. And I was in a hurry, and I went there, information office, and I said a very funny English sentence that I put together. It was, would you be so kind as to tell me where is the railway station? And I went there, and a very ugly woman stood there, and she said, no. It really happened. And I looked about her, and it wasn't the information office, it was the neighbor, it was a tobacco shop, and she didn't speak English. So she could only say no. And then I went there, and she said, the information officer said, where is the railway station? So that's what always comes into my mind about the English language, how it works or not. So that's I wanted to tell you. And now I would like to say, I said to...
I would like to say just one sentence. Is it possible?
Okay.
I have thanks for my colleagues who helped me.
Very gentleman.
Of course, for Lydia, she have also some. I will send it for her. And without flowers.
So what I wanted to say that I was very excited to come here, and it was very great for me too. That's all.
Thank you.
And now we will make
break.
And the
Igen, hát amiatt akarok szünetet tartani, minden itt van, mindent leadtak-e, meg te elmész, hogy nem.
De a bizonyítványokat nem. The certification. It's a celebration. Joseph will tell you the name, and the person has to come here.
Or we meet on the middle way. Okay? Alina. Andra. Aniko. Ario.
Is it your name? Sorry?
Gyula.
Xavier, esa portugués me
Excuse me.
Thank you.
Try some also, huh?
Yours also really good. Yeah?
Mireia? Paloma? No, sorry.
Thank you.
Mr. Gerber?
Thank you, but no kiss, please.
Very funny boy. Yeah. Randy? Rosa? I hope you play with the right one.
And what about you? You don't
I
have? Okay. Everybody knows the surprise program?
No.
Which I didn't know is a surprise. So I was speaking.
We don't know
about-
anything.
Yes.
We don't know
Thank
anything.
you. Will you tell the others?
The surprise note. We start at between 6 and 6:15. Before the hotel, we take the bus and go somewhere.